Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make these apple pie cinnamon rolls. The ingredients you're going to need are milk, quick rise yeast, granulated sugar, butter, an egg, all-purpose flour, salt, cooking spray, light brown sugar, ground cinnamon, 5 Granny Smith apples, vanilla extract, cream cheese, and powdered sugar. And I didn't show it, but I'd also recommend grabbing lemon juice for this.
Good morning, sunshine.
We're going to start by preheating the oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we're going to take a cup of milk. We want to heat this up to about 110 degrees. I put it in the microwave for a minute and it worked out good for me, but whatever method works for you. We're then going to add this to a mixing bowl along with 2.5 teaspoons of yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and you should also be adding 1/3 cup of melted butter at this point, but I forgot until a few minutes later. But once all that's added, we're just going to swirl it around a little bit to combine, and then you're going to let it sit for 10 minutes until frothy. After that, we're going to whisk an egg and add it in. We're also going to add 3.5 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to sift in 3.5 cups of flour. And then I'm using a rubber spatula to fold this together. It's going to take a little bit, but once you're done, it should be a little sticky, but a soft dough nonetheless. Next, we're going to take 1/4 cup of flour and lightly flour our clean surface here. And then we're going to turn out the dough onto our workspace here, and we are going to want to knead it. So I would take some flour onto your hand so it doesn't stick to you, and we're going to knead it for about 2 minutes or until it's smooth and stretchy. We're then going to take a large bowl and coat it with cooking spray, and then we're going to plop our dough ball in here and flip it so that it also gets coated in that cooking spray. And then we're going to take a damp washcloth, put it right on top, turn the oven off, and then while the oven is still warm, we're going to place that bowl right in. And we're going to leave this here for 30 minutes so that the dough can rise.
Later.
After the 30 minutes have passed, we're going to take this out of the oven and remove the towel. And at this point, we are literally going to punch the dough. After letting a little bit of anger out, we're going to recover this and let it rise again for another 30 minutes.
Meanwhile,
it's time to make the apple pie filling. You're more than welcome to skip this step and just buy a can at the store if you'd like. But if you're making it homemade like I am, we're going to take 5 Granny Smith apples. We're going to take the stickers off, rinse them, and peel them. We are then going to dice the apples into really small pieces, and I have a big bowl of lemon juice on the side here. I'm going to be placing the slices into the lemon juice to prevent enzymatic browning, which is when the oxygen meets the freshly sliced apple and it turns brown right away. After everything's cut up, we're going to take a large pan over medium heat and add in 2 tablespoons of butter as well as the apples we just diced up. We're also going to be adding 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And then you're just going to want to stir this around and make sure the apples are fully coated. we're going to cover this, reduce the heat, and let the apples simmer a little bit until they're softened. Now that we're done with the filling, we are going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and when the dough is done rising again, we are going to again put it out onto a floured surface, but this time we're going to roll it out. And then we can evenly spread out 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And then we're going to go in with 3/4 a cup of brown sugar. And then I added 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and then I added a little more honestly because I love cinnamon. And then we're also going to add the apple pie filling here. And then we're going to roll this up the hot dog way. I've made this recipe a few times now, and you can see there's juice coming out the sides. To prevent that a little bit, I'm doing a tight roll, so pushing and squeezing as I'm rolling. And then this is the first time I'm doing this, but I did press the seams together so it wouldn't unroll as I'm cutting it. And for the cutting, we're taking unflavored floss, keyword unflavored, do not use mint. Before we do that though, we're going to grease a 9x13 inch baking pan so that we have something to set our rolls in. When using the floss to cut the dough into rolls, you're going to take the floss, put it under the dough, and then you're going to cross the floss at the top and then just keep pulling until you're all the way through. You can see here what I'm talking about. And then we're going to place them side by side in the baking dish. The recipe said it makes roughly 12 rolls. The way I rolled it out or cut it, I ended up with like 15 or 16, but it worked out. We are again going to take a damp cloth to cover this and let this rise for another 30 minutes. And then after those 30 minutes, we are going to put this in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. While that's baking, we're going to make the frosting. So we're going to take 1 ounce of room temperature cream cheese, 1 tablespoon of butter, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we're going to cream that together. And then we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of milk. And then 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then we're going to beat this together until everything is well blended. If you want it to be more of like a Cinnabon roll where it's like covered in frosting, I would recommend doubling this.
Later that same evening.
Once the rolls are done in the oven, we're going to take it out and put it on a cooling rack. And then we're going to put the frosting on and try to spread it out as evenly as possible. After the frosting's on there, it's all set, ready to be eaten. I do recommend eating it while it's still warm. If you're eating it as leftovers, maybe heat it up. You don't have to, it's fine how it is either way, but it's way better warm. With the frosting as well as the apple pie filling, I feel like both of those things make this cinnamon roll extra soft and enjoyable. I, along with many other people, think the middle of the cinnamon roll is the best part. I unrolled it so you could see all the deliciousness here. Needless to say, this is one of my favorite recipes, and I really hope you guys try it, and if you do, let me know if you enjoy it. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos from me, don't forget to hit subscribe, as well as the bell button, and that will notify you when my videos come out. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!